So now I've got some questions for you. Since it's National Cheese Pizza Day, are there certain things to look for, like when you get a pizza delivered? What are some things to look for that maybe telltale signs like, all right, maybe this is a really good pizza or maybe this is not the best pizza?
Sure. So, right off the top of my head, if you see a lot of red towards the crust, you know that the pizza shop is being a little stingy with the cheese, right?
Oh, I hate that.
That's one thing.
There's nothing worse than getting into the end of that slice, and then you just get like the sauce at the end. Like, I want cheese all the way to the end.
Exactly. And then usually if that sauce is kind of thick, you could probably think that they're from processed tomatoes. So when the canneries mill their sauce or mill their tomatoes, the excess at the end is really just like skins and seeds, and they sell those to companies that are, it's called processed tomatoes. You don't want that. You want all natural, never processed tomatoes.
Right.
So you want it to have a nice consistency.
Yeah, you don't want it to be too thick. So if you notice that it's thick, you could tell that they were kind of being cheap with the sauce. But other things that I would look for is called, it's like the cross section or the crumb. When you see the crumb, the cross section, you want to notice kind of like gaping holes in it. That will signify that it's airy and that it's been fermenting for a longer time. So that's where I would say that it's probably a little bit better for you and a little bit lighter and fluffier.
You're saying when you cut the crust, if you look at the side section of the crust, there should be air holes in there.
Exactly. And the bigger the better, I would say. Bigger the better, the air holes.
Now let me ask you a question about the blotting. This is a big thing in our house. So when we get a pizza, my wife takes out the paper towels and she immediately blots all the grease off the top of the pizza.
Yeah.
Should pizza have that grease there?
Yeah,
and do you leave the pizza the grease there? Do you blot it?
I mean, it won't hurt to blot it. I think that it definitely will affect the flavor. The grease that everybody talks of is butterfat content. So when you have a lot of grease on a pizza, let's say, or I hate to use that word grease, but when you have a lot of that on a pizza, it suggests that it's whole milk mozzarella with a 3% butter fat. So that's like the maximum. So again, fat is flavor and whole milk is much more flavorful. I hate to use part skim, so we use whole milk mozzarella on all of ours. So you will see, that glistening of the butter fat on our pizza.
But that separation probably doesn't happen if you're eating it at the restaurant, like Robin said. Like it's when it gets delivered and it gets all steamed in that box,
I agree
right?
with you, Boris. Yeah, when it congeals, there's a little bit of a separation there.